Hello, air signs. This is your energy for the month of July. There is so much to tell you about. I am an air sign as well, fellow Gemini, so I have a feeling this one's going to be a lot of info, but I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet, I promise. I do feel like with Mercury retrograde, I'm feeling it a lot. So much I want to say, so much I can't say in the way that I am trying to say it, but you know what? We're all working through it, and we're all doing our just very best. So I am reading for our Geminis, our Libras, and our Aquarians this month, and there's a lot going on. There's an eclipse coming up July 5th, so that is on the Cancer-Capricorn axis. Depending on where that hits you in your chart, you're feeling something for sure. And this is the third part of an eclipse series, so you could have potentially had some illuminating revelations in the past, let's say 6 weeks. And let's see if that's reflected here as well. Okay. So we've got the 9 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, and the 6 of Wands. Okay, a lot of fire energy. And we have the 5 of Cups reversed as well. So all of this energy is really great for air signs because fire and air mix very well together. I actually just did the fire reading. I was very compelled to do that one. I myself, as an air sign, was inspired by a fire sign earlier today. So think about your fire signs who you want to reach out to this month. They're going to be moving into Leo energy. There's some Mars in Aries energy happening too. So they might be your best friends this month, if they're not already. But here's what's happening for you. The 9 of Wands and the 8 of Wands are all about, actually, and even the 6 of Wands, it's all about like laddering up, and this rite of passage that you're going through right now is so pivotal. This is, yes, a time of a lot of retrograde planets, but it's also allowing you to really sit with past things that you might need to address and really figure out how you feel about them. And then what's happening after you've been, ruminating and really sitting with your thoughts, you're getting a lot more action that's coming about now that you've sat with and dealt with some of these past feelings. I know I'm particularly feeling that way. I'm doing a lot of shadow work, and in so doing, it's kind of unlocking a lot of external I would say manifestations coming to me at this particular time. I know it's not the ideal time to have things coming to you, but in this way, like, it doesn't really matter. We don't have to abide by what's going on in Mercury retrograde, or we don't necessarily have to sign anything, but we do have to pay attention to the signs that are coming to us right now to potentially act. And they're all probably going to be somewhat of creative passions that are coming to the forefront. So I love retrograde energy for the reason that you can pick back up on things that you may have let go in the past. I know for me personally, and I think this is a great example, I'm working on a new podcast, and I dabbled about 2 years ago, and I let it go, and I sort of said that it was a failure in my mind, I think. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do that again. But then more and more people were saying, like, I would love a podcast about this, or I would love to hear your opinion on this, or whatever the case may be. And I started to say, like, this would actually be the time. I also met someone recently that I would really like to partner with. This might be the time to revisit this past project and revitalize it for the future. So that's what we're doing. And that's a perfect example of like this 9 of Wands, which is taking something that you may have abandoned and actually bringing it to the forefront again and working just a little bit further than you did before. And that it's going to bring about so much more external action towards you. So this is that one of my favorite phrases is, the more irons you have in the fire, more likely one will catch. So don't put all your eggs in one basket necessarily, but if you have multiple different projects that you wanted to do and set down for whatever reason, this would be the time to pick them back up, go a little bit further in each one, and then you'll experience most likely a rite of passage. The Six of Wands reverse energy, which is all about, okay, what is the next step? Like, I'm going through what I'm going through right now for a particular reason. The way that things are coming to me are for a particular reason, so I have to pay attention. And then you're also moving past this sadness, this loneliness. There's, you know, when air signs have to sit inside all day and you know, twiddle their thumbs, or like they're not able to be out and social, that's really difficult for them. But I know that you found ways to put your social energy to good use, put your technological advancements to good use. You're really smart with that stuff. So I know you've picked up some new information. I know you're blasting that out to your networks. Like, keep at it. There's a real need for Gemini season. Was a season of a ton of revelations this past, you know, month or so. So now we're figuring out how to really work with that energy. We're figuring out how to deal with our emotions around that energy as well. So you're somebody that's going to help the collective by just giving them the why. Why is this happening? Well, I listened to a reading today and I heard that this is happening because of all of these retrograde planets. So here's how you can work with that. You know, reaching out to anyone who needs your support, because you just went through kind of a transitionary time of feeling some sadness. And so you're going to be able to help people get through that. How amazing is that? And the way that you can help them is through information. So to recap, now would be a great time for you to pick back up some projects that you left on the back burner because it's Mercury retrograde until the middle of the month, and then we're in the shade period for a little bit of time. So this is the perfect time to get going on those. I know I am too. And then you're going to experience a lot of energy and a lot of creativity that comes about as a result. You're potentially going to receive offers to receive that information, or whatever the project may be. You might get actual offers for a new job. You might get many offers. You might get many offers to date or meet new people, whatever the project was. I do feel like it's creative though. So for what it's worth, that's a rite of passage for you, and you're uniquely going to be able to help people get through their own weird time, whatever they might be going through. You, I'm for sure, have friends that are feeling some type of way with this, truthfully, like pretty upheaval, pretty like monumentous energy. So this is the way that you're going to be able to help them through it. By, you've retained a lot of information, you're working on some creative projects, you know that this is the time to do that because you're in retrograde. So share that knowledge with somebody who needs it. And I'm so excited to see you soon. Let me know if you have any questions, of course, and I'll see you soon.